Today we will discuss one very important subtopic from the main topic arithmetic, that is variation. Variation is an extremely important topic. If you understand this variation, a lot of upcoming topics from arithmetic like time and work, time, speed and distance, most of the concepts are related to variation related problems. So what we will do is class structure. I will write down what are the topics that we are going to discuss today. Class structure. First we will discuss. There are 5 topics that we are going to discuss today. Let me write down that 5 topics. The first thing is direct. In these variation, there are 5 topics. One is direct proportion. Direct proportion. Direct proportion. Direct proportion. Once we understand direct proportion, then we will discuss direct relation. Direct relation. Direct relation. There is a difference between direct proportion and direct relation, which we will discuss right in detail. Then we will discuss inverse proportion. Inverse proportion. What is the difference between direct proportion and inverse proportion? We will discuss in detail. Then we will discuss inverse relation. Inverse relation. Inverse relation. Then we will discuss the combination of direct and inverse proportion, that is joint proportion. That is joint proportion. These are the 5 topics that we will discuss today. Again I am repeating: direct proportion, direct relation, inverse proportion, inverse relation and joint proportion. Some important key points. Some important key points. Now listen carefully. The first thing what we will discuss is direct proportion. Direct proportion. What exactly we mean by direct proportion? A direct proportion is a relationship between 2 variables, x and y. Direct proportion says if x increases, y increases by same value. X decreases, y decreases by same value. Direct proportion, if x doubles, y also doubles. If x becomes 1/3, y also becomes 1/3. If x becomes k times increase, y also becomes k times increase. Are you all with me? X and y both are in direct proportion. Direct means if this increases, this also increases. If this increases, this also increases. For example, if speed is constant, for example, if speed is constant, if the distance is more, time taken to reach the destination is more. If the distance I need to travel is less, time taken to travel will also be less. If speed is constant, distance and time are directly proportional to each other. When I say directly proportional, x increases, y also increases by same value. If I remove these proportionality, this will be k into y. So this will be x by y is equivalent to k. X by y is equivalent to k. X by y, it is a ratio. Very important in direct proportion. In direct proportion, what is constant? Ratio is constant. In direct proportion, ratio is constant. In direct proportion, ratio is constant. Very important. Based upon these, whatever we wrote it in the blue box, we will use that formulas. In direct proportion, what is constant? Ratio is constant. Now let us discuss. Direct proportion means if x increases, y increases by same value. If x decreases, y decreases by same value. Y decreases by same value. Then we will do right now direct relation. Direct relation. Sir, what is the difference between direct proportion and direct relation. Direct relation, it only talks about the relationship between two variables, x and y. If x and y is there, x increases, y increases. X increases, y increases. If x decreases, y decreases. May or may not be by same value. May or may not be by same value. May or may not be by same value. If it is by same value, then it is a direct proportion. If x becomes a double increase, y may not necessarily become 2 times. If these increases, these also increases, may not be by same value, may not be by same value. I hope the idea it is clear. So this will be x is equivalent to z plus k into y. This is the relationship between, right? Total cost is equivalent to fixed cost plus k into variable cost. This is the relationship of direct relation. Direct relation means if x increases, y increases, may not be by same value. May not be by same value. I hope this idea it is clear. Again I am repeating, may not be by same value. If one increases, another increases, may not be by same value. If one decreases, another decreases, may not be by same value. The difference between direct proportion and direct relation, I hope the idea it is very much clear to you. Now next we will do inverse proportion. Inverse proportion. What exactly we mean by inverse proportion? What exactly we mean by inverse proportion? Inverse proportion, if I take two values x and y, if x increases, y decreases, x decreases, y increases. X and y are inversely related to each other. If one increases by k value, another decreases by k value. Another decreases by same value. Both are in inverse proportion. If x increases, y decreases. If x decreases, y increases. X decreases, y increases. X and y are inversely proportional to each other. That is the reason I wrote it as x is inversely proportional to 1 by y. Inverse, if I remove it, it is x equivalent to k by y. That means it is x into y is equivalent to k. X into y is equivalent to k. Into means product. In inverse proportion, in inverse proportion, in inverse proportion, what is constant? Product is constant. In inverse proportion, product is constant. Product is constant. In direct proportion, what is constant? Ratio is constant. In inverse proportion, product is constant. Product is constant. I hope the idea it is very much clear to you. Concept I hope it is clear. Then what is the difference between inverse proportion and inverse relation? Inverse relation. Inverse relation. Relationship. If one increases, another decreases, may not be by same value. May not be by same value. If x increases, y decreases. X decreases, y increases, may not be by same value. May not be by same value. May not be by same value. Then it is an inverse relationship. Then it is an inverse relationship. I hope the idea it is clear. If x becomes a double, y becomes half. If x becomes 3 times, y becomes 1 by 3 times. Here may not be by same value. So this will be the total cost is equivalent to fixed cost plus k by variable cost. This is the relationship of inverse relationship. Inverse relationship. When I say a relationship, it just talks about the behavior of two variables. If these increases, these decreases. It is an inverse relationship. If these decreases, these increases. Inverse proportion. X doubles, y becomes half. X becomes 3 times, y becomes 1 by 3 times. Inverse relationship. Then we have something known as joint proportion. Joint proportion. When I say a joint proportion, it can be a combination of two things. X increases, y increases. X increases, y decreases. So x is proportional to y by z. It can be a combination of direct with direct. It can be a combination of direct with inverse. It can be a combination of inverse with inverse. Joint. Joint is a combination of two proportion. Joint is a combination of two proportion. I hope the definition of direct proportion is clear. In direct proportion, what is constant? Ratio is constant. In inverse proportion, what is constant? Product is constant. What is the equation of direct relationship? Total cost is equivalent to fixed. Total cost is equivalent to fixed cost plus k into variable cost. Right? In inverse relationship, what is the equation? Total cost is equivalent to fixed cost plus k by variable cost. Plus k by variable cost. I hope the idea it is clear. This is the theory behind the concept. Let us get into problems. If it is nothing is given, then it is a direct proportion. X varies as y and x equivalent to 8 when y is equivalent to 15. What is the value of x when y is 10? X is directly proportional to y. X is directly proportional to y. In direct proportion, what is constant? Ratio is constant. In direct proportion, what is constant? Ratio is constant. Ratio is constant. Ratio is constant. Ratio means 8, first ratio is 8 by 15. Next ratio is x by 10. So this will be x equivalent to 8 tens are 80, 80 by 15. 15 5s are 75. It is 5 by 15. So it is 1 by 3. Answer for this question is 1 by 3. In direct proportion, what is constant? Ratio is constant. Next one. The cost of 65 tea packets of the same size is. I will solve this question in two ways. One is write cost of the same size. Tea packet, if I buy one tea packet, it costs 4 rupees. 2 tea packets, it costs 8 rupees. Tea packet and the cost are directly proportional to each other. Tea packet, the size of the tea packet and the cost of the tea packet. If the size is more, then the cost also will be more. So, size of the tea packet and the cost of the tea packet is directly proportional. Then what is constant? Ratio is constant. What is constant? Ratio is constant. So, the tea packet, how many are there? 65. How much it costs? 2600. 65 by 2600 is 75 by the cost. 75 by cost. 65 fours are 260, 40. 75 into 40. What will be the answer? 3000. The size of the tea packet and the cost of the tea packet both will be same. So, tea packet size and cost are directly proportional to each other. Ratio is constant. 65 by 2600 is 75 by how much? 75 by how much? I hope the idea it is very much clear. Method 1. Method 2. Listen carefully. Answer option elimination. Answer option elimination. Just by looking at the question without doing too much of calculation, how I can avoid it. 65 is giving 2600. 75 will give you how much? 75 will give you how much? See here, on the left hand side, 75 is divisible by a prime number 3. I have not taken 13 because 65 is 5 into 13. So here also 13 is there. Left hand side one number is divisible by 3. Right hand side also one number should be divisible by 3. 2600 is not divisible by 3. That means question mark should be divisible by 3. Question mark should be divisible by 3. This is not divisible by 3. This is not divisible by 3. It is only divisible by 3, not by 9. So, right hand side only it should be divisible by 3, but not by 9. 9 related it is not there. 75 is not divisible by 9. So, right hand side these number question mark should be divisible by 3 but should not be divisible by 9. I hope the idea it is very much clear. Without even doing calculation, you can eliminate the answer option. Next one. Third question. Please read it. 48 bags of paddy. Method 1. So, depending upon if one bag is costing 5 rupees, 2 bags will cost 10 rupees. So, number of bags and cost are directly proportional to each other. If bags are more, then the cost also will be more. So, what is in a direct proportion? What is constant? Ratio is constant. What is constant? Ratio is constant. 48 bags is costing 16,800. How many bags are there? 36 bags will cost how much? 36 bags will cost how much? This is how most of the students will do it. So 12 3s are 36, 12 4s are 48, 4,200. 4,200 into 3. Answer will be 12,600. Answer will be 12,600. Answer for this question is 12,600. Instead of doing this, you can use the most powerful concept, that is rightmost non-zero digit. Method 2. Rightmost non-zero digit. Rightmost non-zero digit. What is this rightmost non-zero digit? 48 bags of paddy cost 16,800. 36 bags of paddy will cost how much? This is the question, right? Whatever it is given, only attack the rightmost non-zero digit. 8 is becoming 8. 8 ones are 8. 8 6 are 48. 8 ones are 8. 8 6 are 48. Here it will be 6 ones are 6. 6 6 are 36. Answer rightmost non-zero digit should be 6. Answer rightmost non-zero digit should be 6. Just by looking at a question, you will get the answer. Only attack the rightmost non-zero digit. 8 ones are 8. 8 6 are 48. Answer rightmost non-zero digit should be a multiple of either 1 or 6. 6 ones are 6. 6 6 are 36. Answer rightmost non-zero digit should end with 6. Next one. Read the question. If the cost of 20 meters long cloth is 1600, if the length of the cloth is more, then the cost of the cloth also will be more. So, length and cost. Length of the cloth and cost are directly proportional to each other. If the length of the cloth and cost are directly proportional to each other, directly proportional, what is constant? Ratio is constant. What is constant? Ratio is constant. ratio is constant. 20 meters length of the cloth cost 1600 rupees. 24.5 meters length of the cloth will cost how much? 0 to 80 sir. So answer is 24.5 into 80. 80 can be written as 10 into 8. 245 into 8. 245 into 8. 245 can be written as 250 minus 5 into 8. So this will be 258s are 2000, 5 8s are 40. So answer for this question is 1960. Answer for this question is 1960. Method 1. I hope it is clear. Let us see if there is any another beautiful way to solve this question. Method 2. Listen carefully, sir. What is given in the question? 20 meters cloth cost 1600 rupees. 24.5 meters length cloth will cost how much? If I take 1/4 of 20, 1/4 of 20 is 5. 20 plus 5 is 25. 24.5 is less than 20. So if I take 1/4 of 1600, it is 400. 1600 plus 400, 2000. Answer is just less than 2000. Answer is just less than 2000. Just less than 2000. Greater than 2000, too far from 2000. Too far from 2000. Are you all with me? In fact, it is 0.5. Answer should be around 1900. These out, 1820. I hope the idea it is clear. You can also eliminate 1820 by using this logic. 20 it is 1600. 24.5. If I take the answer as 1820, 1820 is divisible by 13. 13 ones are 13, 13 fours are 52. Right hand side divisible by 13, left hand side none of the numbers are divisible by 13. 20 is not divisible by 13, 24.5 it is also not divisible by 13. That means it cannot be the answer. It cannot be the answer. Answer for this question is 1960. I hope the idea it is clear. This is a way which will reduce your calculation time. Next one, a pole of height 8 meters casts a 10 meters long stand. If my height is more, the shadow length also will be more. That means traditional method. Method 1. The height and shadow length both are directly proportional to each other. Height and shadow length are directly proportional to each other. If they are directly proportional, what is constant? Ratio is constant. What is constant? Ratio is constant. What is the height? 8. What is the shadow length? 10. What is the shadow length? 40. What is the height? We don't know. Height by shadow it is constant. So 0 0 cancel. Height is 8 to 4s are 32. 8 4s are 32. Idea clear? Method 1. Method 2. Let us see if we can use the concept of rightmost non-zero digit or divisibility rule of a prime number. So 8 meters height will cost 10 meters, will give a cast 10 meters shadow. 40 meters will give how much? 40 meters will give how much? I hope the idea it is clear, right? 8 by 10 is h by 40. Okay, it is shadow, right? So here it is shadow, it is given. So this will be shadow length, find the height. H is how much when it is 40. Rightmost non-zero digit. 1 is becoming 4. 1 4s are 4, 8 4s are 32. Answer rightmost non-zero digit, it is 2. Answer rightmost non-zero digit, it is 2. 1 4s are 4, 8 4s are 32. Answer should end with 2. This cannot be, this cannot be. It cannot be 42. 42 it is divisible by 7. Right hand side it is not divisible by 7. Right hand side it is not divisible by 7. It cannot be 200 because right 10 4s are 40, 8 4s are, it cannot be a bigger value. It cannot be a bigger value. Answer for this question is 32. I hope the monthly average expenditure of a family with 4 members is 2,800. Find the monthly. If family members increases, then the expenditure of a family increases. Method 1. Members increases. If members increases, expenditure increases. If members increases, expenditure increases. That means if they are direct proportional. In direct proportional, ratio is constant. In direct proportional, ratio is constant. Ratio constant means 4 by 2,800 is equivalent to 3 by question mark. 4 700s. 700 into 3. It is 2,100. Answer for this question is 2,100. In a family, if the number of members are more, then the expenditure also will be more. Then the expenditure also will be more. This is one way. Can we do it in rightmost non-zero digit? Let us see. Method 2. Method 2. How many members are there? 4 family members are there. The expenditure is 2,800. If 3 members are there, expenditure will be how much? Let us use the concept of rightmost non-zero digit. Let us use the concept of rightmost non-zero digit. 4 is becoming 8. 4 2s are 8 or 4 7s are 28. So this will be 3 2s are 6 or 3 7s are 21. Answer should end with 6 or 1. 6 is not there, so only option is 2,100. Only option is 2,100. Another way. 4 is becoming 2,800. 3 will become how much? You can either use left to right or top to bottom. Anywhere you will get the answer. If I take this value, 2,800, it is divisible by 7. So if I take this, question mark also should be divisible by 7. Question mark also should be divisible by 7. So answer should be divisible by 7. Answer should be divisible by 7. None of these 3 options are divisible by 7. So answer is 2,100. Answer is 2,100. If a pipe can fill a tank of capacity 50 liters in 5 hours, if the capacity is more, then the time duration to fill the tank will be more. Capacity it is more. Time duration to fill the tank also will be more. Capacity and time are directly proportional to each other. If capacity and time are directly proportional to each other, what is constant? Ratio is constant. Ratio is constant. 50 by 5 is equivalent to 75 by question mark. 75 by question mark. Question mark is 75 by 10. 75 by 10 will be 7.5 hours. If the capacity is more, then the time taken to fill the tank will also be more. Then the time taken to fill the tank will also be more. This is one way. Can I do it in rightmost non-zero digit or divisibility rule? Let us see. Method 2. Capacity 50 liters in 5 hours. 50 liters in 5 hours. 75 liters in how many hours? 75 liters in how many hours? Now if you see here, 50 and 75. One number is divisible by 3. Here also, answer it should be divisible by 3. Answer it should be divisible by 3. 10 is out, 8 is out. Here, this is divisible by 5. This is also divisible by 5. Both are divisible by 5. Answer, these divisible by 5. These also should be divisible by 5. 6 hours, it cannot be. So answer for this question is 7.5 hours. Answer for this question is 7.5 hours. I hope the idea it is clear. Eighth one, a loaded truck travels 14 kilometers in 25 minutes. Method 1, distance and time are directly proportional to each other. Distance and time are directly proportional to each other. That means ratio of distance to time, it is constant. Ratio, it is constant. Ratio, it is constant. Ratio means distance it is 14 kilometers by 25 minutes. Next distance, next is distance 5 hours, 1 hour 16 minutes. 25, 12s are 300, 12 into 14, it is 168. Distance it is 168 kilometers. Distance it is 168 kilometers. Distance and time both are directly proportional to each other. Directly proportional to each other. Let us see whether we can use any other concept to simplify the problem without calculation. Distance 14 kilometers in 25 minutes. In 25 minutes. 5 hours. 1 hour is 60 minutes. 300 minutes. How much it is? 300 minutes. How much it is? 25, 300. These divisible by 3. These question mark also should be divisible by 3. Eliminate the options which are not divisible by 3. 154 not divisible, not divisible, not divisible. Answer for this question is 168 kilometers. 168 kilometers. Or another way, write 25 into 25 is becoming, it is, if you observe carefully, 14 2s are 28. This should be less than 2 multiple. Less than 2 multiple. 14 2s are 28. 25 is given less than 2. 182 2s are, these are all extreme values. First option 154 is eliminated. Or 14, you can also do it like this. Now if you see here, 14 kilometers 25. 25 12s are, 25 10s are 250. 25 10s are 250. Answer is 10 into 14. 140 just greater than. 154 is incorrect. 154 is divisible by 11. 154, if I write here, these divisible by 11. Right hand side, none of the numbers are divisible by 11. You can do any method to get the answer. You can do any method to get the answer. X varies directly as the cube root of y. X and y are directly proportional to each other. The relationship is x is directly proportional to cubed root of y. That means ratio is constant. Ratio of x and cubed root y, they are constant. X is 24 by cubed root of 8 is 2. X we don't know. Cubed root of 216. Cubed root of 216 it is 6. 12 into 6 is equivalent to x. X is 72. X is 72. I hope the idea it is clear. Directly proportional. What is constant? Ratio is constant. Method 1. Method 2. X and y. 24 x is proportional to cubed root of 8. Cubed root of 8 is 2. Here x is how much? Cubed root of 216. It is 6. Here it is cubed root of 8. Here it is cubed root of 216. 2 3s are 6. 4 3s are 2. Answer rightmost non-zero digit should be 2. Answer rightmost non-zero digit should be 2. I hope the idea it is very much clear. X and cubed root of y. 24 and cubed root of 8 2 both are related to each other. Or you can also do like this. 2 2s are 4, 6 2s are 2. Answer rightmost non-zero digit. It is 2. Next one. Read the question, sir. The current flowing through a resistor varies directly as the voltage. Current and voltage are directly related to each other. Current and voltage are directly related to each other. If they are directly related, what is constant? Ratio is constant. What is constant? Ratio is constant. So ratio is, if I see here, current voltage it is 60, current it is 15. V by C it is constant. Voltage it is 80, current how much? 15 4s are, so 80 by 4 it is 20. 20 amps it is the answer. 20 amps it is the answer. Direct proportion. What is constant? Ratio it is constant. Ratio it is constant. Method 2. When the voltage is 60, current is 15. That means 15 amps is directly proportional to 60 watts. How many amps are directly proportional to 80? How many amps are directly proportional to 80? I hope the idea it is clear. Now if you see here, right, if you see 1/3 of 60 it is 20, 1/3 increase, 1/3 of 15 is 5, 15 plus 5, 20. Answer for this question is 20. Idea is to tell you as the numerical value changes, at times these method 2 will give you the answer very, very fast. 11th one. Area of a circle varies as the square of its radius. A is proportional to R square. Direct proportional. What is constant? Ratio is constant. What is constant? Ratio it is constant. Area it is 154 divided by R square. 7 square 49. Area how much? Radius it is 3.5 into 3.5 into 3.5. Now if you see here, 7 2s are 7, 22 7s are. So this will be 22 by 7 into 3.5 is 7 by 2, again 7 by 2, it is area. 7 7 cancel. 7 7 cancel. I hope the idea it is clear. So area will be 22, 2 11s are. So this will be 11 7s are 77. 77 by 2, 38.5. Area it is 38.5. Idea clear, right, sir? Area and square of its radius. Both are directly proportional. Method 2. Let us see if there is any other way. 150 area is proportional to square of its radius. So 154 is proportional to 49. It is 3.5 into 3.5. How much it is? How much it is? Now if you see 49 3s are 147. Answer is just greater than 3. Answer is just greater than 3. 49 3s are 147. 154 is greater than 147. Answer is just greater than 3. 3.4. 3.5 if I call it as 4. 4 4s are 16, 16 3s are 48. Answer is just less than 48. The only option which is just less than 48 is 38.5. The only option which is just less than 48 is 38.5. I hope the idea it is clear. Right, what I did? 49 3s are 147. 3.5 I made it to a nearest natural number, 4. 4 4s are 16, 16 3s are 48. 3.5 is less than 4, answer should be less than 48. Volume of a sphere is directly proportional to cube of its radius. V is proportional to R cube. What is constant? Ratio is constant. What is constant? Ratio is constant. Volume is proportional to cube of its radius. Volume is 80 divided by R cube, 2 cube 8. Volume is 3430, it is R cube. 8 tens are 80, 0 0 cancel. R cube is 343. 343 is 7 cube. So R is 7. R it is 7. I hope the idea it is very much clear to you. Volume is proportional to R cube. Method 2. Volume. Volume it is 80. 80 is proportional to 2 cube 8. It is 3430. It is proportional to R cube. So, here 8 tens are 80. R cube into 10. 0 0 cancel. Which number on cube? I will get 3. 7 cube, it is 3. Answer rightmost non-zero digit. Now see here, it is 343, odd number. Even number on cube can never give an odd number. This is out, this is out. If I keep R as 21, 1 cube it is 1, but it is 3. But it is 3. So answer for this question is 7 units. I hope the idea it is very much clear. A stone is dropped from a height of 1 kilometer. The distance it falls. This is a good question, sir. Right? Good question. The distance it falls varies directly with the square of its type. Distance it falls is directly proportional to the square of its type. D is proportional to square of t. D is proportional to square of t. So D, if I remove proportionality, it is k into t square. It is k into t square. It travels 64 meters in 4 seconds. 64 meters in 4 seconds. 4 square it is 16. So k value it is 4. K value it is 4. Find the distance it covers in the 5th second. Distance travelled in 5th second. Distance it travelled in 5th second is distance it travelled in 5 seconds minus distance it travelled in 4 seconds. Am I right? If I want a particular second, total duration minus the last duration. Distance it travelled in 5th second is distance it travelled in 5 seconds minus the distance it travelled in 4 seconds. I hope this idea it is clear. Distance it travelled in 5 seconds it is 4 into k is 4, right? 5 seconds, t is 5. Distance it travelled in 4 seconds means k is 4, 4 into 4 square. 25 4s are 100, 16 4s are 64. 100 minus 64, it is 36. Good question it is. Answer for this question is 36 meters. Answer for this question is 36 meters. Next one. These kind of questions, breakage related questions are very, very important. An article worth 6,400 rupees is broken into 2 pieces whose weights are in the ratio 3:5. There is a weight for an article. There is a weight for an article. Let us take lowest weight as 8. It has been broken into 2 parts. W1 it is 3 parts. W2 it is 5 parts. Value of the diamond is proportional to square of its weight. V is proportional to W square. So V is equivalent to K into W square. It is K into W square. This is the original weight of the article. After breakage, it became two parts. This is the weight of the first part. This is the weight of the second part. Now, V is K into W square. So, this will be V is equivalent to what is given in the question? Article worth 6,400. Original worth is 6,400. K into original weight is 8. So, K is 6,400 by 64. K is 100. Till here it is clear. K is 100. So, V1 will be 100 into W1 square. 3 square 9. 9 into 100. 900. The second part value will be V2 is 100 into W2 square. 5 square. 25 into 100. 2,500. What is the initial value of that article? Initial value will be, initial value it is given as 6,400. Because of breakage, it became first article 900, second article 2,500. 2,500 plus 900, 3,400. Because of breakage, it became 3,400. 6,400 became 3,400. What is the loss? Loss is 6,400 minus 3,400. Loss is 3,000. Loss is 3,000. I hope the idea it is clear. Again I am repeating, there is an article whose initial volume is 6,400. It broke into two parts. First part is 3 grams, or if I call it as 8 grams, 3 grams and 4 grams. Initial volume, the value of the right two broken parts. Right? We will do more and more questions based on this variety. A diamond falls and breaks into 3 pieces if the value of the original diamond is, initial value of the diamond is 20,000. Initial value it is 20,000. Initial weight 2:3:5. Let me call it as 10. The value of the diamond is proportional to square of its weight. The value of the diamond, the value of the diamond is proportional to square of its weight. So, this will be value is equivalent to K into W square. Value it is 20,000. K into 10 square it is 100. 2 zeros cancel. K is 200. Constant it is 200. Without any breakage, the value of the diamond is proportional to square of its weight. The value of the diamond is proportional to square of its weight. Now what has happened? Now it has been broken into 3 parts. W1 2, W2 3, W3 5. So V1 will be K1 into W1 square, 200 into 2 square, 4 into 200, 800. V2 will be 200 into 3 square, 9 into 200, 1800. V3 will be 200 into 5 square, 25 into 200, 5,000. It has been broken into 3 parts. 1800 plus 800, 2600, 7600. So, after breakage, the final value of the diamond is V1 plus V2 plus V3, 7600. Initially it is 20,000, now it is 7600. What is the loss? Loss is given by 20,000 minus 7,600. It is 12,400. It is 12,400. Idea it is clear. Answer for this question is 12,400. 12,400. Concept clear, right, sir? This is how you should solve this kind of questions. Next one. The value of the diamond is. The value of the diamond is proportional to square of its weight. Value is proportional to square of its weight. Initial value, it is 14,40,000. Initial value 14,40,000. It has been broken into 3 pieces whose weights are in the ratio 3:4:5. 3 plus 4, 7. 7 plus 5, 12. Initial weight is 12. Let us find out the value of constant. Proportionality, if I remove, it is k into w square. V is k into w square. V it is 14,40,000. It is k into w, it is 12. 12 square is 144. So k value it is 10,000. K value it is 10,000. Till here I hope the idea it is clear. K it is 10,000. What has happened? It has been broken into 3 parts. W1 3, W2 4, W3 5. So this will be V1 it is 10,000 K into W1 square 3 square. 9 into 10,000 90,000. V1 is 90,000. V2 will be 10,000 into K square 4 square. 16 into 10,000. 16 into 10,000. 16 into 10,000. Are you all with me? This will be V3 will be K into 10,000 into 25, 2,50,000. Here it is 2,50,000. Here it is 1,60,000. 2,50,000 plus 1,60,000. 4,10,000 plus 90,000. 5 lakhs. It is 5 lakhs. Final value of these 3 diamonds it is V1 plus V2 plus V3. It is 5 lakhs. That means originally it is 4,40,000. Now it is 5 lakhs. What is the loss? Loss it is 14,40,000 minus 5 lakhs. It is 9,40,000. It is 9,40,000. Answer for this question is 9.4 lakhs. Answer for this question is 9.4 lakh. I hope by this time you should have got an idea how to solve this kind of questions. I think now it is not square of the weight, it is cube of the weight. Now see here. A diamond falls down and breaks into 3 pieces whose weights are in the ratio 2:3:5. Value of the diamond is proportional to cube of its weight. Value of the diamond is proportional to cube of its weight. So V is equivalent to K into W cube. K into W cube. What is the initial weight? Initial weight is 3,43,000. Initially it is 3,43,000. K into initial weight is, it is broken into 3 parts. What are the parts weight? 2:3:5. That means initial weight is 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 5, 10. 10 cube it is 1,000. So K is 343. Once you know the value of K, then solving the problem will be easy. Value of the diamond is proportional to cube of its weight. Now it has been broken into 3 parts. W1 2, W2 3, W3 5. So V1 will be 343 into 2 cube. Am I right? V2 will be 343 into 3 cube. V3 will be 343 into 5 cube. 343 into 5 cube. So total it will be 343 into 2 cube is 8, 3 cube is 27, 5 cube is 125, 152 plus 8, 160. It is 160 into 343. Here it is, initial volume is 343,000 into 10 cube. What is the loss? 1000 minus 160. Loss is initially 343, 1000 minus 160. It is 840. 343 into 840. 4 3s are 2. Answer, rightmost non-zero digit should be 2. This cannot be, this cannot be, this cannot be. Answer for this question is this. 3 4s are 2. 3 4s are 2. Always this kind of questions, initially find out the value of k, then use the process of finding V1 plus V2 plus V3. The price of a gold is directly proportional to, the price of a gold is directly proportional to square of its weight. P is proportional to W square. P is equivalent to K into W square. P into K into W square. Initial weight is, it has been broken down into 3 parts. What are the 3 parts ratio? 3 is to 2 is to 1. That means total it will be 6. So initial price will be 36k. Initial price will be 36k. What has happened? It has been divided into 3 parts. W1 is to W2 is to W3 is 3 is to 2 is to 1. So P1 plus P2 plus P3. This will be k into 3 square plus k into 2 square plus k into 1 square. 9 plus 4 13, 13 plus 1 14. It is 14k. It is 14k. It is initially 36k, now it is 14k. Loss is 22k. What is given in the question? 4620. So k will be 210. K it is 210. What is the question? Initial price of the gold. Initial price of the gold will be 36 into 210. 36 into 210. 6 ones are 6. Answer, rightmost non-zero digit should be 6. Answer,